Hey, Morgan.
Good evening. All right, we're so glad to see you guys here. My name is Morgan Johnson. I'm a Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus. All that means is I've shared it a whole lot, and I love it. And I'm super excited to just share why I love Plexus, why I got into the opportunity, because truth be told, I didn't start for the opportunity at all. Actually, I wanted no one to know that I even ordered from a network marketing company. I started super secretly, super skeptically, but I ordered from a dear friend who I trusted dearly and just dipped my toe into trying the supplements. I had great success with the supplements because so many things are tied to our gut health, blood sugar balance, and inflammation. And I realized that other mamas might need this. It took me about 6 months to lay down my pride, start sharing things. But as soon as I did, I realized there was a whole lot of people who needed it, and there was a whole lot of different symptoms that were being healed as we got to the root of the issues and balanced out people's bodies to change in a good way. And it wasn't just a quick fix. It wasn't just a band-aid. It was something that was going to last. And once people loved the energy they had, or the sleep they were getting, or the weight that they were losing, or symptoms that were going away, they started sharing too. And it was a beautiful ripple effect. And really, when I started sharing, I felt like the Lord was nudging me into the business. I wasn't really sure why I was supposed to do the business because I started and said I would never do the business. Krista, please tell no one that I'm doing the business or that I'm taking Plexus at all. Didn't even tell my best friend, mom. No one knew I was drinking the pink drink. I was a closet drinker. My husband and one friend knew. That was it. But I was liking it. I wasn't taking afternoon naps. And I started to just realize that maybe, just maybe, I should join the business part. My husband agreed. So that was a miracle. And I was like, okay, Lord, if this is you, I'm going to lay down my pride and I will post once a day for a year, and I'm going to see where this thing goes. Okay. And at the end of that year, maybe it's just me who now has laid down my pride and I'm closer to the Lord, and that's great. Or maybe this thing will go somewhere. And so I posted once a day for a year. I added people to an info page, and that info page shares testimonies, it shares supplement information, and lots of other things. And so then, as I was reading testimonies on that page, I would think of friends all the time. I would just be walking in the grocery store and all of a sudden hear somebody talking to me about how they had migraines every day. And I'm like, well, I have something that I have that could help you. And it kept happening over and over again. And so I just simply shared what I knew about Plexus. I'd add them to the info page. I'd connect them to Krista, and we would work together to help people get started on supplements. And at that end of the year, I was making about a teacher's salary. I had earned 2 trips and didn't know how I earned them. I lived in Lakeland, Florida at the time. The trips were in Orlando, so I went over there. I went to these events and I was sold. I realized that anybody could do the business. There were old people there were young people there was every nationality, there was every shape, size, color, you name it, they were all there. And I watched jewels all be at that level, and you didn't have to get in first, and you could be really shy or you could be really outgoing. And I loved the community that was there. And I knew that the business was something more for me. The end of the second year, my husband decided to shift out of pastoral ministry and gave up his salary. And ironically, what I was making was the exact salary that he had at the church. So I know that the Lord knew as soon as I decided to share this, that 2 years later, I was going to need this business because my husband wasn't going to get that income anymore. So a couple of my favorite things about the business is that you can go at your own pace. Guys, I didn't start and think I want to be a jewel tomorrow. I just dipped my toe in and said, Lord, I'll trust you day to day to day. And I did let him do the rest. I didn't have to meet monthly minimums, which was a beautiful thing. I had a very low startup, and I had a business for myself, but I wasn't in it by myself. There's a huge community. There were so many resources. It was essentially easy. It took work, but it was easy. And so we would love to share with you how you could make $300 very quickly. As soon as I decided to share, it was as simple as reaching out to 10 of my best friends, asking them to do this thing with me. 5 of them started, and I made more than $300 in one day. Okay. So if you have a community of people around you, they need these supplements. You just have to figure out what is it that they need and offer them that. And then the rest is history. I've now been in Plexus for 6 years, y'all. It's paid for our dream home. We paid cash for every renovation that we did. We have a dream pool in our backyard. I'm about to go to Mexico. Free trip, all paid for. I could talk all night long about the gifts Plexus has given me, about the trips Plexus has sent me on. It really seems too good to be true. But if you have a heart to help others and you want to join a community that helps you do that, this might just be for you. But I don't want to just stop with my story, and I want to do a giveaway before I hand it over to my friend Jessi, who joined me recently in this business journey too. So if you will do me a favor, find the chat here on the Zoom, tell me, where are you from, why do you like where you live, and who invited you to this party, and you'll be entered to a $10 giveaway to Starbucks. All right, Jessi, take it away. You look frozen. Is she frozen on your end, Krista? All right, well, I am loving, let's see, Texas, Georgia. See how many different states we have. And we'll draw for the winners after the Zoom is complete. So you telling me who invited you here will help a ton. NC in the house. Love it. Ohio. I'm from Ohio. What part of Ohio are you from? Florida. Love Florida. How hot is it there? It's like 95 here. It's got to be hot in Florida. I love it. I love it. Well, welcome. Krista. Oh, Jessi's back. All right, Jessi, take it away, girlfriend.
Of course, right when I'm about to go on, my internet just like cuts off, but we're back. So yeah, I'm probably the newbie in the business department with everything with Plexus, but I've been loving it, and I keep telling people, for me, it's just been a really big learning experience. And I honestly think for myself and a lot of people, it's almost like a too good to be true thing. And I tell people, I'm like, just start and see what happens. And my personality, my husband's personality is very much like, if we're going to do something, we're going to do it 100%. So for me, I knew if I was going to do the business side, I didn't want to do it with a half heart. I wanted to give it 100%. And so for me, mentally, I really didn't start doing the business till this June. However, I tell people, by not doing the business and just simply sharing my referral code, I had gotten to gold without like doing the business. And something I want to encourage you to is, for me, when I just started taking the products, I know for me personally, I do way better with accountability. So knowing that I have other people that I'm doing something with, I'm just that kind of person. I like to travel with friends. I like to go out to dinner with friends. And so I knew that if it was going to come to changing my health, it was something that I just couldn't do on my own. So I initially shared my referral code, not to cover my products, not to do the business, but simply just to have community to do it with. And then I just shared it on social media as well. And so for the first few months, I just would literally just share the referral code. I didn't even know how to like really log into the back office, do any of that, but I just knew like, okay, I know this sounds stupid, but I'm like, you know how to share a link on Amazon, and it's kind of the same thing. And so I was like, somehow this is benefiting me. I don't really understand how it is, but all of a sudden, I got an email and it said, oh, you've like earned this money through Plexus Pay, set up an account. And I was like, oh, wow, that's really cool. Because I share, like, if I like under eye gel masks from Amazon, I'm going to share that too. So in my brain, that's where it was at. So I tell everyone, first and foremost, you don't need to like do the business and be like, I'm a Plexus businesswoman by sharing your referral link. Like, you share your referral links for all of your favorite things that you buy on the internet. I'm sure many of you do. If you find a great deal on Amazon Prime Day, you're sharing that. So I think just dismantling that idea of I have to understand every aspect of the business before I can share the link. Like, I'm sure many of you have no idea where the like closest Amazon warehouse is to your house, but you know that you share a link and products end up at your house and your friend's house. So that's where I tell people just to start is, if you love it, share it with people to do it with you. Don't overcomplicate it. I talk to people almost every day that are starting with Plexus, and I think just a lot of people overcomplicate things in their lives. And I want to say, listen, before you're like, and then some people are like, I really want to do the business, and it's hard for them to get 3 friends to join them. So I just want to encourage you, like, just start there if you're new. I know for me, figuring out how to get those products covered every month was just my point A. So I'd say if you're just starting, at least just making sure that you're getting your products covered and making extra income. And then also there's just all these fun bonuses. So you get tons of incentives, which if you're like love language is gifts, which mine is, it's just fun to get gifts in the mail every single month for sharing a link with your friends and family. So I had earned Nikes and iPads and North Face jackets and still wasn't in my mind doing the business. And then I think what made the switch for me, and I think this will be the journey for most of you, if not all of you, is realizing that there really was an opportunity here. And for me, I sometimes I'm like, I just have to experience it to know. But going to convention was that like eye-opening experience for me. We're just hearing all the stories and being around all the people. I just was like, man, there's really an opportunity here to really make this into something. And the Lord was really talking to me about radical generosity and about revival. And that's kind of what we do full time. Both my husband and I are in full-time ministry. I laugh when people are like, I just don't have the time. I'm like, trust me, I don't either. Like, I have a baby on the way, a full itinerant schedule. I'm writing another book. We just launched a church. Like, we do revival ministry. But I'm telling you, I'm like, some of the best business builders that you can have on your team are the busiest people. So don't discount anyone. If someone is absolutely crushing it in their life, if they're an amazing mom, if they are, involved in church, like that's your dream team people, because usually people that are busy are people that are motivated and know how to manage their time. So don't think, oh man, I can't reach out to that person, they're too busy. I've found even on my team, the busiest people are actually doing the best, which was super surprising to me. I thought it would be people that need a job or an opportunity, but it's the people that have no time to do this that soar in this. So I just want to encourage you to don't discount anyone, because they could end up being the person that you link arms with and run with. But the last thing that I just want to say is there's just so many tools available, and you just need to figure out a rhythm that works for you. And so it will stretch you, absolutely. But I think that that's what we're all here for, right? And so if you want to grow, we don't want to stay in this stagnant position. So if there's something you don't understand, we have so many tools, trainings. When I'm dropping off my kids or on the way to the playground, I'll throw on a training and just listen to it in the car. And so you can just figure out your way to do it in whatever time. Maybe it's waking up earlier, but just equipping yourself for success. And honestly, the craziest thing is this, and I will just say this. So this summer I ranked up and earned the cruise and the shopping spree and all those fun things. And I have a baby on the way, so I can't even go on the cruise, but I was just so excited that I earned it. And we'll still get a reward. But what's so cool though is there's so many opportunities there too, to rally people around things. And I just love that it's not just like, here's the product and that's all you have, but there's all these opportunities like jewel trips and now leadership cruises, and every month there's like some different kind of gift or something. And so there's just tons of opportunities there. And then especially, and I tell all my girls this, especially the ones that are on this call. I see Jess and Kelly and Mavis and a bunch of you on here, but don't hesitate to invite someone into the business opportunity, especially because those fast start bonuses are unreal and they could be a game changer for a lot of people. And I just want to encourage you, like, it's not your responsibility to decide if it's too early of an opportunity for someone. And so I know for me, it was just out of fear of man and fear of what people thought of me that I was withholding an opportunity from a lot of people. And so I just want to encourage you, like, don't be the gatekeeper on maybe an opportunity that someone really, really needs, when maybe your job is just to offer the invitation and let them decide what they want to do, but don't predetermine that for them. And I would say I usually right after they order their products, usually within the next week, I'm telling them about the business opportunity. So there's no time that's too early. I know a lot of people just get in their head about it, like, you need to be doing the products for 3 months. That's not true. And so a lot of times the best time to actually bring people into the business is right from the start. And so I just want to encourage you, just don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. And I mean, what a cool opportunity that I think for all of us, you can earn 6 figures by helping your friends get healthy. I'm like, that's just, it's still, I'm like, I can't believe it's actually true, but it is. So, and then I have a giveaway too, which is fun. So I would love everyone to share in the chat 2 things. One, who invited you to the chat? Well, I see some of you wrote that and some of you are just popping on here. So who invited you? And then what's your favorite product? So which product has been your favorite? And I'm going to choose a winner. And what I'm giving away is like my new obsession. And I ordered it on Amazon, and I can send you all the link because that's what you do. But I thought it was so cute, but it's this fresh juice smoothie blender. And literally I travel a lot as a preacher, and I just put this in my suitcase, and then I will just get fresh fruit from the hotel and mix it with water and collagen and make a smoothie anywhere I go. And then you could just drink it. And so I can have like collagen protein shakes while I'm traveling. And so if you're a mom, this is like really awesome. So I'm going to give one of these away to you tonight. So we'll pick one of you in a little bit.
That is so fun. And I need the link now. Okay, I'm going to start out with the giveaway so that the entries can come on here too. So when you're done entering in Jessi's, throw in the comments, what would you do with an additional $300? And put that in the chat, and I'll draw a winner for an Amazon gift card. My name's Krista Deary. I'm a mom of 8, ages 21 down to 5. I'm a homeschool mom. I'm a special needs mom. And I want to just paint a picture really quickly of where I was at when this opportunity came, because $300 shifted a lot for our family. We are coming out of 7 years of what just felt like 7 years in the wilderness, really 7 really hard years. It felt like every time we tried to get back on our feet, the rug was swept from underneath us again. We had lost everything when the market crashed. Anyone remember market crash of 2008? The dairies crashed when the market crashed. And so we had a season first of really just believing God, and we saw miracles as the Lord provided diapers and food. And we had so many amazing stories of friends and our community and sometimes strangers helping us make ends meet, of telling our kids if the pantry was empty, we're going to believe God, or if their shoes got too small, let's believe God. And we saw the Lord provide. And from there, we kind of started working our way out of hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. And just trying to get really back on our feet. That meant a season on food stamps and extreme coupon cutting. We would go to a dumpster every Sunday in the evening because we couldn't afford the newspapers to get the coupons. But we would have a goal of 12 coupon inserts, and the kids would help mama jump in the dumpster and get the inserts. We'd organize them together to keep the food amount low enough that the food stamps would cover it. So, we were just pinching every penny that we could. As we were climbing out of that financial mess that we had made, we had our 6th son, Judah. He's our special needs son, and such a gift, but he had 2 brain hemorrhages when he was 5 weeks old. And so that changed the game again, right? Financially, yes, with the medical bills, but also just walking through a season of grief and coming to terms with this new normal in our life as we navigate caring for his needs. And the hearts of our children and our own hearts through that. So when I heard about Plexus, I wanted nothing to do with it, like ever. I had already unfollowed my friend for 2.5 years because she sold it. And I had no idea I was snuffing the very answer to my prayers. Here we were marching around our living room and our family worship nights, believing and praying and contending for the God of the breakthrough. Like the kids were like praising the Lord for financial breakthrough. It was something we talked about all the time. At some point, the Lord was going to show up with breakthrough for our finances. We believed it so strongly. I just didn't know it would come through network marketing. And I definitely didn't know it would involve mama doing anything. I had never planned to work ever. It had never really crossed my mind. I figured maybe someday I'd volunteer in a church or like at a library, and I could offer to rock babies. Like I really just didn't think I knew how to do anything at all. And so this really was the last thing on my radar, yet everything that I needed and so much more. So I first started on the products. I had reached a low in my health with depression, anxiety, PTSD. My grief had really come to the surface after I had my 7th child, Malachi. That's ultimately what led me to try Plexus. But in January of 2015 is when I knew I had to share. And it wasn't because I had looked at the compensation plan. It wasn't because I thought I could do this. It was because I knew people needed this. And if it had done so much for me, and really, not just me, you change a mama's health, you're going to change a marriage, you're going to change the tone of a home, you're going to change the next generation. Like it shifted how I parented and how I could show up as a mom for my kids, right? So something inside me was like, people need this. And I'm going to have to get over my pride and admit for the first time publicly what I struggled with, because I had always kept that a secret. I was so ashamed of my journey. And so I decided to put it out there. Well, wouldn't you know, over $300 did come into our pockets, and it flabbergasted me. Like I could not believe, number one, that I had made any money. Number two, I had no inventory. I wasn't doing parties. I wasn't asking friends to host Tupperware type parties, right? I didn't even really know what the other products were. I'd only tried one product, right? And here in the comfort of my home while homeschooling, but while I was the primary caregiver for Judah, like I was shocked. I was completely shocked while I was still learning and income was coming in. The next month was $1,800. The third month was over $3,000. After that was $4,000. And that's when we decided we're going all in. Like, this is ridiculous. I had matched my husband's income at that point. Here we were, a family of 9 at the time in a 1,000 square foot rental home, with the Lord kind of uncovering dreams that we had shifted and like put aside years prior, thinking we just have to choose to be content. Well, really in that choice, we had chosen complacency. We had chosen to settle for a less than life. And the Lord just very gradually began to uncover dreams that he had put in us many years prior. He hadn't forgotten about them. We had. And he chose to use something, he's just so good at choosing the foolish things to confound the wise, right? Just to make them kind of like give the puppy dog confused headlock. Like, what is this that they're doing? People were confused, and so was I. But the Lord knew exactly what he was doing and why he was doing it. And he had a storyline that he was writing that was so much bigger. So yes, did it work financially? 100%. And can it work for you? 110%. The way that the compensation is set up now is better than when I got started. It's ridiculous. And so now it is set up in a way where I'm helping people earn these incomes faster than I ever could have dreamed of back then. And I've seen everyone under the sun, from young ones to older, like it doesn't even matter. You go after this, you're going to achieve it. And it's such a rewarding journey. So do the products work? 100%. Does the opportunity work as well? For sure. So my encouragement to you tonight is connect with the person that invited you here. Ask the questions. Be very careful not to resist or like, what's the word? I have no idea. I'm like making a motion, but I don't even know the word. Don't resist or hold back from the very thing that could also be the answer to your prayers as well. You don't know unless you try, right? Sometimes it's taking one step and then allowing the Lord to show you the rest. So let me draw a winner here real quick. Or Morgan, did you even send them to me? Because that would be bomb.com. We have 3 winners. We have 3 winners. Okay. I guess I didn't even say how. How do you make $300, y'all? Can I just tell you really quick? Can you refer 3 people? 3. That's ridiculous. 3 people joining just like you, becoming a VIP customer, getting a discounted welcome pack, puts over $300 in your pocket. Is that not amazing and such a blessing? Okay, so let me announce these winners really quick, and then we'll get off to getting kids to bed. All right, I want to make sure I'm saying these names right. We got Traylon G or Traylon Gee, $10 Starbucks. Shelby Woods, you got Jessi's cool, amazing thing, juice thing. And Janice Morris, you get the Amazon gift card. If you can find me on social media, send me your email address and I will get that to you. All right. Love you guys. Thank you for being on tonight, and we'll see you soon.